Alrighty then. I've been off of YouTube for quite a while, dealing with a lot of personal crap that took me all the way out to Oklahoma City, and I ended up coming all the way back to where I started. No offense to Oklahoma peoples, but Oklahoma City is terrible. I'll never live there again. So anyway, today we have this here Xbox 1.6 motherboard out of a 2004, basically one of the last Xbox consoles. Seems to be becoming a chronic problem. The capacitors are blowing up in these. And this here particular one will not turn on at all. Now I've heard some talk that somewhere over in here one of these fails and you can replace it and that'll bring it back to life. But we see these main power caps over here toast. I believe we're pretty sure that's why it's not actually powering up. So console 5 strikes again with a complete cap kit. So this has everything in it to recap this board, including the SMD capacitors. So we have some SMDs here. So we're going to pop these bad boys out. All of these. Clock cap will stay put. Luckily in the 1.6 we don't have problems with clock cap issues. This SMD here's got to go. That's got to go. These two SMDs have to go. This SMD's got to go, and these two caps here got to go. And then maybe we'll bring this Xbox back to life. And then when that one's done, maybe next weekend I will tackle the Halo Xbox. Already got the parts for it. And there is a ton more capacitors in the 1.2 through 1.5 revision Xboxes. I mean a ton. You got that versus that. So, anyways, I'm not gonna bore you guys with the actual soldering. Last video I think I did, or actually the last two videos I did, were total capacitor replacements on Model 1 Genesis and Model 2 Genesis. And those videos ran 3 hours and like 2 hours respectively. So, I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. Alright, caps replaced. That was a quite the job. 1.4 is going to be insane. So got all the caps replaced, every single one of them. Probably didn't need to do these, but it comes in the kit, so might as well. One thing I like to note about these guys, they tend to want to close up the legs there when you get them close to being in, so best to take a small screwdriver and try and make that gap bigger. Definitely don't want no shorts when you turn it on. So SMDs, I did fairly okay with them. They're not perfectly straight, but they are in there. And this one here, now the 1.4's got a whole lot more SMD caps. So alright, so with that, it's time for a smoke test. Alright, got it back together enough to do a test on it. Now I know you can get capacitor kits to recap these. There's a couple big ones and some smaller electrolytes. This is a Delta. And I've never actually had an Xbox power supply fail on me. They've all been fairly reliable. I have had a few where this fuse gets smoked, usually from lightning. I actually had a few of those circuit breaker things when they did the power cord recall, where some of them had popped. Alright, we got our little tiny TV hooked up a component on a monster cable. Hello, she's back. Of course, that's as far as it'll get, because I don't have the drives in it. So, it wouldn't power on at all before. Alright, let's put the drives in and see what it'll do. This is a soft mod. If anybody knows a good place to source Aladdin mod chips and the LPC rebuild boards, please drop me a line in the comments. Oh yeah. Service required. Yeah, you just got some big service. Alright. Alrighty then. See, I think I put a new drive belt in this one. Ordered 10 drive belts the other day. I did most of those. So the warranty sale's going on this one. So, yep. Pretty smooth. Alrighty then. So that was back in shape. Play some games on it, test it, see how it does. I also have this to test out. Supposedly not the greatest, but it's got to be better than High Perkins. And then our next project will be this guy. This one actually has an Executor mod chip in it that I put in it many years ago. And for some reason, this one and this one, these were the two I used the most. I had these in climate controlled storage. The capacitors popped in them. Most of these, which are rougher ones that I've gotten and redone, most of those were in non-climate controlled storage, and they all still function as best I can tell. So, alright, so I got it connected to the pound cable over here now, which is Xbox out to HDMI converter to HDMI cable. Looks pretty good to me. I got coin ops running here. A lot of people report wavy lines and weirdness. I'm not seeing any wavy lines and weirdness. Pound says if you have that, you probably need to recap your Xbox. And this one is freshly recapped. So, loud ass fan. While that's booting up, here's the bag of old parts. Took a little while to do. There's the part number if you need it, Console 5. Not sponsored by Console 5, but great place to get parts. Belts, pretty much anything to repair one. Looks like there's some kind of moire pattern that the phone camera's picking up, because I don't see that one on the screen. So. Alright, calling it done.